My name is Ahmed Shihab-Eldin. I'm Palestinian by blood, American by birth, Kuwaiti by family refuge, Egyptian by upbringing, Austrian by adolescence, and curious by nature. I think anyone's a reporter. I think my upbringing and having lived but been from so many places but also not been from any one place in particular definitely influenced me in a very serious way. Borders and boundaries and divisions, all of that to me always seemed very counterintuitive, almost unnatural. It's definitely influenced me by making me be more open and more curious and inquisitive. I think that might actually be why I went into the field. What is a netizen? I mean, it's a very curious term, right? Because it's basically a citizen of the internet. The beautiful thing about the internet, and for example, the effect it has on the media, is it really levels the playing field. Any kind of big media personality compared to with a blogger in, say, Morocco or Jordan, they're both netizens. And to me, you know, that's kind of a novel thing. I mean, I think anyone's a reporter. Anybody, whether they're citizen journalists, whatever you want to call them, if they're taking information with their mobile phone, they're filming in Syria, you know, or in Bahrain, you know, tear gas or whatever it might be, and they're uploading it to the internet, they're reporting that, you know? We don't want the news told to us. We want to be part of that process. I think news consumers are becoming producers, and it's exciting. I mean, it makes the job for journalists that much harder because as a journalist now you have so many more sources. I mean, the very notion of breaking news itself is broken. And there's nothing wrong in that. And if people are afraid of that in the business, I really think that just points to arrogance or a fear of not having a job. People who are so quick to dismiss the multiplicity of voices that social media, that the internet, that technology provides us with access, I don't think their heart's in the right place. There can be a symbiotic kind of relationship between citizen journalists, activists, netizens, whatever you want to call them, people on the ground who understand the culture. They can fill that gap that a parachute journalist, you know, someone who comes in only when the story is hot or trending or, you know, whatever, can't potentially add to the story. If you're dedicated to really understanding the story and getting to the heart of it, you will find that there's so much value in those conversations and the information and photos and videos that are being shared amongst the people who really care about the story because, after all, that's their life. I think a journalist's role is to contextualize, to report, to try and be factual, to use stories to illustrate the human condition. I also would add to that, which many people would stop there, it's to be progressive. Progressive meaning to move society forward. That's where I think transparency for me in journalism, as a journalist, should be more important than objectivity because objectivity is a fallacy. It's unattainable. How many times you reference something in an article, where you put it in the article, all those minor things, let alone your culture, your religion, your background, who you're married to, what your sister's niece does on the weekends that you sometimes go and visit. I mean, you know, our lives are so multifaceted that to presume that professionally we can distance ourselves so much and provide an objective view is, I think, not as important or as alluring to me as providing a view that is truthful. And the truth, sadly, is subjective. So it's my truth, but it's, you know, in good faith. And as long as you're transparent and accountable and your intentions and your motivation is to try and get at the truth, that to me is where journalism is headed. I'm Ahmed Shihab-Eldin, and you are watching THNKR.